All right.
All right, everyone, welcome to our Zoom tonight. I'm so excited for our guests that we have along with us. I'm Alicia Gegg. I'm an ambassador diamond with the company. And for those of you that don't know, we have Maribeth Dodd, who is a field development regional with It Works. I just love you. I adore you. After I met you in St. Louis, I'm like, she fits this role so good. But what I really, really also love about her is that she is also a worship pastor. So, guys, her soul, just everything about her, I just love. And I know that she's going to blow your minds with, casting the vision and just like talking about It Works and where we're headed and just adding a little bit of fuel to your fire because I know that all of us have some serious fire. I feel like my thumbs are about ready to go on fire from texting and messaging and talking to so many people on my phones with this crazy promotion. So before I ramble on too much longer, Maribeth, go ahead and you can introduce yourself and just tell us about how you got started with It Works and how it turned into this and kind of cast that vision for us.
Oh, sure. Thank you so much, Alicia. It's so nice of you to have me and to say all that sweet stuff. And I loved meeting you too. And just a kindred spirit, I can tell. So your team is so lucky to have you. And it's so fun, you guys, for me to get to see your faces and just get to meet you this way. And I love to kind of look across the Zoom and just see you, those of you who aren't hidden, which I get it. Sometimes you're doing stuff or cooking or taking care of kids and it's hard to show your face. But anyway, I'm so glad to be here with you guys. And I live in Nashville, Tennessee area. And my husband's Chris. We've got 4 little boys that are 10, 7, 5, and 9 months. So busy household, lots going on around here, very crazy. But I had the opportunity when I was growing up as a kid to get to see my dad build a network marketing business. And I remember I was probably like junior high, high school age, watching him start this business and come alive, watching him, go from really being nervous to speak in front of people to being confident to speak in front of people and big groups and just doing crazy stuff like some of us do, like hitting the road to go do a rap party, right? It wasn't rap parties for him. It was more like meetings, but just he'd get in the car and drive 4 hours to do a meeting and then drive 4 hours back home and just crazy stuff like that. But what it kind of taught me as I was growing was, number one, this sense of adventure that my dad had and this drivenness that I really saw cultivated in him. But also I got to see some real big changes financially for our family. And, growing up, not having a lot of money and there were 4 kids, it's just expensive. It's expensive to raise kids then. It's really expensive to raise kids now, right? But I remember getting to the end of the month sometimes after he started in that business and him sitting us down and him and my mom saying, we don't know what to do because we have money left at the end of the month. And us like getting to help decide, like, where are we going to put this money? What are we going to do with it? And it was just really cool experience to see that transformation in my family. And ultimately, I started feeling a call to ministry when I was about 14 years old. And that business that my dad did paid for and allowed me to go to a private university and to study voice performance and to study ministry and to launch into that calling that God had on my life to be a worship pastor. And so I got to see that through a blessing of network marketing in my life. And so I launched into my career and I was a full-time worship pastor for 15 years. I still do a lot of worship leading and even now, but I got several years into my career and, met my husband, Chris, and we were married and we had 3 kids around the time where I first considered doing It Works. Okay. So the boys were 3 months, 2 and 4. I mean, like crazy town. They were all so little. So 3 under the age of 4. Some of you guys are laughing because you probably have like 4 under the age of 4 or something, but they were pretty close together for me. And having an infant and working a full-time ministry position and having evening commitments every night of the week, that whole drill that you have when you're a busy family, especially in ministry. And I just remembered thinking, we're never going on vacation. We're never going to be able to go on vacation. I'm never getting a new couch. I was looking at the same red couches that I bought when I was single living in an apartment and I was tired of them, like just that extra stuff where you're like, when you're living paycheck to paycheck and you're making sure you've got clothes and food for your kids and diapers and all of the things that you have to have, those are the things you never have the extra money for, you know? And so I came across a post on Facebook by Cami Dempsey. Cami and I went to school together, and it triggered that in my memory, that I remembered my dad running hard and my dad having success. And, you know, what was crazy was my dad's upline in that company was Mark Pentecost. And so I got to see Mark, you know, go from teaching my older sister's high school math and coaching our little town's basketball team to having this great success in that other company and taking my dad with him, you know. And then also I got to see the beginnings of It Works Global from afar. And I remember my dad even like leaking information to me once in a while. He'd be like, hey, Cammie's making $20,000 a month, or hey, Cammie's making, you know, he was always telling me how she was doing and how well it was going. And I was just like, no, it's not for me. I'm good. But when I saw her make a post with the average earnings chart, and I watched a video on the compensation plan, and I learned about what a loyal customer was, and I just really started, like, the very logical part of my brain started going, whoa, this is a really good business opportunity, you know? And so I started considering it. And so it took me a while to convince my husband. He didn't have the same confidence in the industry that I had, and he hadn't really had much experience with it. And so I got him convinced that I could do it. And I remember him saying, I have no like concept of this business, but I believe in you. And I know that you can be successful at anything that you want to do. And so he was supportive in that way. And we got started in the business, and I'll never forget that first party. I had 4 friends over, and he was shuffling the kids upstairs. His job was to keep them quiet while I did this party, right? We had it all planned out, and the doorbell rings, and he's headed upstairs with the kids, and he's like, honey. And I'm like, yeah. And he says, is there any way you can tell our friends they don't have to buy anything from you? And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. You know, luckily I didn't even know what it was like to like do a hard sell, or like, I'm not wired up like that. And I'm so glad that this business is not sales. That was one of the things that I had to learn, because I was afraid that it was. I thought, well, I'm going to have to learn how to be a salesperson here, and I'm going to give it a go. But what I found out was it's so not that. It was more, I'm taking these skills that I've learned in ministry of working with people and caring for people and helping people find, you know, better ways to work out issues in their lives. And, you know, just the coaching aspect that can be there with ministry. A lot of the same stuff can be applied to network marketing. And so I absolutely loved it. And just after that first party, got a taste for what it looks like to see people come out of the wrap room almost in tears, you know, feeling so much better about themselves. And, you know, all 4 of my friends became a loyal customer that night at my first party. But by the next morning, 3 out of the 4 sent me a text and said, I want to do this. You seem so excited about this. I know you don't know what you're doing, and neither do I, but let's just go. Let's just do this. And so we grabbed onto that momentum, and we just started doing party after party after party. And just anybody who could show up, of my friends and new distributors that came on board, we'd all show up. We'd bring a guest. We'd bring 2, 5, 10 guests, whatever we could gather. And we just started wrapping people, guys. We really, you know, we didn't do a lot on social media even. It was mostly just getting out there and talking to people, and, you know, some blitzing and getting the wrap on people, and lots of parties, and just great momentum. And within 4 months after that first party, our It Works check had passed our combined family income. And my husband and I looked at each other, and we were like, what are we going to do with this? You know, because our heart is for ministry, and we didn't want to stop doing what we loved. But yet we had this great opportunity in front of us. And so we set a goal that we wanted to start to give back our ministry income. And so after that first year in the business, we gave back 50% of our income. And then after the second year, we gave back the rest of our income and continued to serve there. And then now it's been almost 6 years since we've been with It Works. But over the course of the 6 years, we've had the ability to move across country to help a church plant and serve there for, you know, well over a year to get them up and running and off the ground and get their systems in place. And, you know, now we're in Nashville, and my husband is on staff at Gateway Franklin Church here and loving it. And It Works has just given us a ton of freedom. You guys, we've seen lots of seasons in the business. I told you I had great momentum and tons of growth right off the bat. I've also seen seasons where I've had people leave my team. I've had people go to other companies. I've had, times where I can't even like sleep because things are so busy. And I've had other times where I feel like I'm pulling people through the mud, you know, to get them going. And it's business and it's life. And yeah, I love it. There's so much about it that is so rewarding. And so for me, when the first of this year rolled around and I got the opportunity to interview for a position to serve you guys, to serve the field in general, I jumped at it because for me, it was a dream to be able to do so many of the things that God's made me to do, and be able to just serve more people, and be able to just get into people's lives and help them to know that they can go farther and dream bigger. And, I don't know if any of you were a part of the Chase the Lion series that I just did a couple of weeks ago. We did a 6-week series, but to get to help people grow in their leadership is just one of my favorite things in the world. And I'm so proud and excited to be a part of a company that wants that for you. A company that wants to help you to grow as a leader and as a CEO. And they don't want you just to be dependent, to be spoon-fed, by the people above you or by the corporate staff or whatever. They want you to grow and put your unique gifts and talents to this business opportunity that we have so that you can maximize it with who you are, with your personality and your gifts. And so I just love that, absolutely, about the company, and so many good things going on right now, you guys. So I've had the chance to see it works, kind of from afar from the very beginning, and then obviously much closer the last 6 years. And now the last several months, I've gotten this bird's eye view of what just kind of the corporate world meshed with the field world that we've all been in, right? And what I'm so struck by is how much they care for you, how much every decision that is made, every BOGO that's put out there, this $9.99 kit deal that we got going on right now, so many of the things that you see them offer, what they're sitting around talking about when they're deciding what to offer is you. That's what they're talking about. They're talking about how can we help them achieve their dreams? How can we help them to, gather more distributors and more customers so that they can get those promotions that they want? Because we want as many people as possible to get those good bonuses, or the go fast and the go bonuses, that's the stuff they're talking about. When it gets to the end of the month and you guys see a BOGO, they're looking at your structures and saying, hey, let's help them boost volume. There's always a reason behind everything that they do. And so much of it is about you. And so for me, having been in the field all that time, it's so amazing to see that. And I can honestly say, I think this now is the best time I've ever seen to join this company. And as you guys are reaching out to these people that are coming in, some of you may be brand new, even on here tonight, that came in for $9.99. Be so proud and so excited to share what we have, because the future is bright. Someone just shared a picture in the ambassador page of Starbucks has a promo coming out where they're going to be giving away free iced coffees or something. I don't know if you saw that, Alicia. But I thought it was so cool. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're so smart. Like, there's other billion-dollar companies out there that are looking at stuff and saying, hey, how can we, boost volume? How can we get our name out there? How can we do something that's going to get our people and our workers and everybody in our organization excited? And that's what's going on right now. You guys, it's crazy. So I know you guys are seeing it. I know you guys are, probably out there recruiting and talking to people. And if you're not, man, get out there and talk to people, because it is such a good time to come in, obviously with that promo, but just also where the company is. And just so you guys know, I feel like I'm going on and on. So Alicia, interrupt me anytime. But just so you guys know, our team that's been put into place with Cammie leading it, and so far there's myself and Aspen on the team, and there are more coming. But this team has been put into place to make sure you guys have all the tools in the field that you need. So I know you guys have already seen a lot of changes over the last 3 or 4 months. And I just want you to know that the stuff you guys are asking for, that you are seeing, that, when we look out and we see, okay, people are having trouble with, shipping. Like, we see these, greater themes, and they're implementing stuff like crazy to fix this stuff or to better these things. And so it's a great time to be a part of what we have here. And I'm so excited about it. And I'm so excited that you guys are here too and along for the journey. So
I love it. Girl, you were made for this role. I can't even tell you, love you in this role.
Thank you.
So I have too. I've been in for 6 years, and I know the heart of Mark and our corporate team. And it's so amazing to, bring these people in. I know there's a lot of new people that are on here tonight, and I try to do the best with casting my vision and just saying now is such a perfect time. And I know you touched just a little bit on it. But what, now, 2017 and what we're experiencing right now, I feel like we're back to 2012 or something. It's crazy. I love it. And the insane momentum that we had then and like where it's at now, like I can't even describe you like how excited I am for where we're going to be next year at this time. Like this team is going to blow my mind, and I just want you to just kind of cast that vision a little bit too, and just kind of let them know like this is it, you guys.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I couldn't agree anymore, Alicia. It feels like that to me. Like, some of the, I guess we call them high class problems. Like if like the system is slow or you're trying to put people in, and I know, there's people have been getting some errors or just different freaky, weird things that have been happening. It's such a good problem. I mean, you and I both lived through the great rap shortage of, was it 2012? 2012, like May of 2012, you guys, like we couldn't get reps. It was like months. So we started doing rap parties where we were like, it's a sample rap party. One person gets a rap, right? Only the hostess gets the rap and everybody else just has to watch and like pre-order yours and wait for them to come. And I mean, it was still a great way to build, but we were growing so fast. And you guys right now, that is what we're experiencing. That is exactly what we're experiencing. And it's so funny now to watch from like the corporate view of just like, oh my gosh, like this is it. Like this is what it must have been like for them when we were just killing it, weren't we, Alicia? We were like,
oh my God,
putting people in and selling wraps and just going after it. And honestly, you guys, so much of it is mindset. And I feel like if I look at all of our distributors, us as a team, like our company team, like we're done with any kind of nonsense. So many people have said 2016 was a rough year. Absolutely. So many people experienced a tough year 2016, but I feel like that's behind us. And we as a team and as a company are ready to move forward. And we're okay. We were okay, right? We're doing all right, but we're ready to go crazy. And so that's what this season is about. We've been laying the groundwork for it. It's not an accident that it's happening. Corporate's been thinking about the ways they want to launch things and the promotions that just came out and everything, has been very carefully thought out down to the, double fast start bonus that we have right now and the $9.99 and the new $100 shopping spree that was really birthed out of requests from the field, and so it's such a good time, you guys. And if I learned anything throughout the seasons of my business, it's when you have people that are ready to move forward, and maybe those people aren't even on your team. Maybe it's some sidelines that you're looking at, your upline, and you feel that momentum. If you don't start running with it and going after it, then you can miss it. And you don't want to be a part of missing it. Trust me, when we get in a cycle like this and we're ready to just charge forward, this is when exponential, insane, crazy things happen in your business. And so you've got to grab hold of it, because I promise you the company's going there. They're going to go there, and we want you to make sure that you're a part of that too. So my biggest advice right now to make sure that you're a part of it and you're staying with that vision and you're able to move forward the way that we're going to move forward corporately is take advantage of the promo right now. And I know you guys already have been, so I don't want to, hit that too hard with you. But as I'm talking to new people and doing 3-way calls and all the things that we've been doing the last several days, I'm encouraging newbies, when you're coming in, write down a list right away, 30 people, write them down. And you try to get at least 10 people to jump on board with you. And you just tell them, I'm so excited. It's $10 right now to join this business. And I want to go after a $10,000 bonus, or I'm looking for $1,000 a month. Do you want to go with me? And, answer whatever questions you want to answer, but just know that right now you got to get in. You have until tomorrow, right? Isn't tomorrow the last day of the month to get in? And we're like, you'll see some real, incentives starting next week to make sure that we're training, and you guys you'll be doing it naturally anyway. But this week we're focusing on making sure they can take advantage of this. Next week, we're going to start training them and making sure they know where to go with it. We're going to start talking about ways to get customers and ways to maximize that double fast start bonus and get those Jeep entries and all that kind of stuff. But for right now, you guys, just don't stop. Just go. Gather team members. And not just because you're getting numbers, you guys, but because there's other people out there that can use this the way that you and I have used it, and continue to be a part of this. So. Absolutely.
What I keep telling myself in my head, like all day long, I just keep saying, go for no, go for no. Go for no. I need to get out there and I need to be asking all these people, because I think so many of us get confused. Like, you put that post on Facebook and you're just waiting for somebody to like take that bait and just kind of like hop on and you want them to message you. But I think we have to remember, we have to take it a step further. We have to ask them, We want to actually ask. So we hear, go for no. Like I just keep hearing in my head, go for no, go for no. So I think that's important. But one other thing that I want you to touch base on, and you mentioned that there's so many different seasons of being in the business. And as I look through the screen and see who's on here tonight, there are people who have been in here with me for 6 years. There's people on here that have been with me for 3, for 2, or they've been here for less than 6 months. So I just want to touch base, because there are different seasons, and there's not just seasons of network marketing, but there's different seasons of our life. But we have to remember that there's seasons of the network marketing business as well. And you touch base, there's times when you're trying to pull people through the mud, or you're trying, or they're signing in like crazy right now. But what I try to remember is that no matter what, and I said this my whole journey, no matter what, I know that I'm going to be an ambassador one day because I'm willing to never, ever give up. And I know that every single person on here will be an ambassador one day, as long as they're willing to never, ever give up. And we have to remember that. So if you just want to touch base just a little bit like on that, and just really striving, the fact that we just can't give up. And there's going to be times of easiness like it is right now, but there also might be times where it is a little bit harder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so true. And I think it's that long obedience in the same direction, that push toward the same thing. And even like some months, it's like baby steps in the direction, and other times it's leaps, like what we're experiencing right now. But I'll just give you guys an example. I talked to a girl yesterday, and this girl's been in the business for 5 years. She's been around a really long time. And when this girl's on and she's committed and she's excited about her business, she brings in crazy amounts of distributors and customers. She is so good at gathering people. But then she'll dabble in another business for a little while. She'll go, oh, but I kind of like these products and they're not conflicting. So let me do that for a little bit. Along with this, it's fine. I can do them both together. And then, I'm just got really busy because my kids have a lot of sports right now. And I've got, this and that. And she gets distracted. She's never quit, but she gets distracted and she just kind of gets off the page, And she recently reached out. She wanted some help with a 3-way call. So I hopped on a 3-way call with her. And again, she's bringing people in like crazy. And it just made me think, man, if this girl had just stayed pointed in the same direction, even if sometimes she was a little bit slower and other times obviously it would be faster, but I swear to you, this girl would be an ambassador by now. I swear to you, she would. And she's basically starting over again, and it's that we've got to stay consistent. We've got to keep moving. And I know there's some of you on this call right now that maybe you were diamond and you've fallen back to executive, or maybe you were triple and you've fallen down to, distributor. I don't know what your ranks are and where you've gone and where you're being paid as now. But I want to tell you guys that even if you've fallen all the way back to distributor, if you have experience and things that you've worked for in this business, you're never starting over. You're never starting over. You're starting from that place of experience where you know what it's like to build this thing. You know what it's like to get distributors and grab momentum and move forward, even if it was executives that you got to. You know what it looks like, to have some of that exciting stuff happen. And when you come in and you've got several customers that are interested all at once and they're trying products and everybody's getting excited about results, and you remember what that feels like. And you've learned a whole lot about people and about life along the way. So I just want to encourage those of you who have been in for a while, and even those of you who are brand new, to take the experience and the excitement and the good times and the bad and everything that you've learned from up to this point, and use all of that as a stepping stone as you move forward in this next season, and as you push past any of the barriers or limits or ranks that you've achieved before, and you move into your future, into your next goal with us, because you're never starting over. You're always just building on what you've already achieved and what you've already done and learned. So that's my encouragement for you guys.
I love that. Okay, so we're not going to take too much of your time. I know I just wanted to kind of get us to about 8:30, do a 30-minute thing with you. So this is what I'm just going to ask of you for right now, okay? I'm crazy excited. I know where this company is going. If there was kerosene right here you had in your hands and you could pour it on their momentum and their fire and their bellies that they had right now by just offering any words of advice, any tips, anything, what would you tell them?
Okay. One of the things I want to say to you guys is, we're talking about this promo. We're wanting to put it out there. I'm sure pretty much, most of you have probably already posted about it, like Alicia said. But you've got to get into those messages. You need to go through your Facebook Messenger. You need to go through the text messages on your phone. You need to go through, if you've ever used email, all your old leads that you've had from any kind of vendor shows or anything like that you've done. This is a time where you're going to pull out everyone. Okay. We've got 24 hours left. You guys need to go back through those people. There's going to be somebody you forgot about. There's going to be somebody that said, contact me on Friday, and you contacted them on Friday, and they said, contact me next Friday. And finally you were like, forget it, but some of those people, you guys, are the ones that this could be the right time for them. This might be the right time. Those people that told you no might come back right now and say, for $10, okay, I'll give it a shot. And yeah, you might have some people that grab the box of wraps and run, but you're also going to have some people that are going to be this diamond in the rough that you had no idea was there, and just don't discriminate. Don't be afraid to talk about it. One of my favorite stories to share is I had a guy on my team who's 78 years old, and his son was actually recruiting him, and I was a part of the process and helping him sign his dad up. And I remember putting his information in and feeling bad, like, oh my gosh, am I robbing this guy of his money? Like, is this okay? And back then we had a $500 booster kit, and he wanted that. And I was like, okay. And so we put this guy in the system, and that guy went double diamond, had a volume of 40,000 and lots of successful years in the business. You cannot prejudge anybody. You don't know what people are going to do. And you don't know what season of life they're in. So I don't care if you go through Facebook and they look like they're balling and they're driving a really nice car and they're always going out to eat and they're whatever. They probably still are living paycheck to paycheck. Okay. So I just want you guys to just get in that list, dig deep in that list. Don't be afraid. You've got things you've got to do. You've got goals you've got to meet, and you have people who need this. So don't keep it to yourself, but get out there and start contacting you guys. And I challenge all of you, try to get at least 10 people in before tomorrow. I know that sounds crazy, but you guys, this is $10. $10.
It is crazy. And what's even crazier, and it gives me, I legit get goosebumps when I think about this, but I think about somebody that's going to come in on this $9.99 promotion. Okay. And next year at Green Carpet, they're going to be giving their ambassador speech, and they're going to talk about how they got in for $10 and they got this Go Fast bonus and they got this bonus and they're like a top income earner. And to me, it's totally doable, with this momentum we got going on, and it's going to be because of a $10 investment. It just gives me chills. It gives me goosebumps. So I love it.
Yes, it's going to happen.
Yes. And hey, just so you know, we have 48 hours. Today's the 28th.
Oh, good. Yay. Okay. Sorry. Tomorrow's like D-Day for me because it's my son's birthday. So I keep thinking that's it. So yay, we have even longer. You guys can get
48 hours. Yes. Yeah, 48 hours. Go get those 10 people. Maribeth, thank you so much for hopping on here tonight. Like I said, you were seriously made for this role. And I appreciate you so much for pouring into my team. So
you're so welcome. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And hopefully we get to see you very soon. Guys, let's go finish out this promotion. Like she said, go push yourselves, get those 10 distributors to join your team with this $10 promotion. So everybody have a good night.
Good night, guys.
Thanks again.